Ruben Amorim's vision is finally walking and talking at Manchester United, and the scary truth is that not enough people have clocked it yet.
I have that feeling. I think it was a more complete performance. You can say whatever you want to say against Liverpool, but they didn't deserve to win, to lose that game. We deserve to win, but they didn't deserve to lose. I think today we did a little bit of everything. We had the ball, we create chances, we defend high, we defend low. So when it's more complete, I feel that is more. It's not a statement, but I feel more complete also as a manager. So today I think I like more today than the last weekend.
It took 11 months to stitch back-to-back league wins. Now it's 3 on the spin, and not against soft touches. United beat 4th place Sunderland. Handled Chelsea. Then walked into Anfield, the hardest ground in England, and left with 3 points. That uptick isn't a mood swing, it's a plan taking shape, line by line, zone by zone. Amarim has tightened the middle without killing the attack. Bruno Fernandez can roam because the system protects him. Casemiro looks younger when the spaces are smaller and the distances are smarter. Luke Shaw steps from left centre-back into midfield to compress play and shield the axis when United lose the ball.
From the Brazilian! The edge of the D is going to get a right-footed shot away.
The wide forwards now track, screen and spring. It's graft first, glamour second.
Manchester United on the charge. Head to the penalty area. Amarim into the box.
Last season's wingers often didn't retreat. This season the front line is built to work both ways. Matheus Cunha, Mason Mount and Brian Mbeumo fill back into midfield lanes, then burst forward on cue. Amorim's tweaks are subtle but brutal. Fewer big gaps, more quick regains, cleaner transitions. And the recruitment planned clinically with Ineos fits the blueprint, not the headline. Mbeumo's velvet first touch keeps tempo and lets United play forward under pressure.
Releases Brian Mbeumo to the edge of the penalty area, gives this on to Matheus Cunha.
Sesko's pace and aerial power give a central target teams have to respect. Cunha brings bite and invention, turning scraps into attacks and attacks into chances. Behind them, Sene Lammens has calmed a once chaotic position with simple, decisive goalkeeping.
United have got almost every player back. Shot comes in, fine save from
The knock-on effect is obvious. United spend more minutes in control and fewer in panic. Every trigger now has a purpose: press together, step together, break together. Winning at Anfield wasn't a miracle. It was a rehearsal made real. Beating Sunderland and Chelsea wasn't luck. It was repeatable structure. This is not just form, it's a framework being stress tested against top opposition. If this is what month 11 looks like, imagine month 18. Amorim's United isn't loud yet, but it's louder every week. And the scariest part, they're only just getting started. How does a coach who once dragged Manchester United into its darkest numbers in decades suddenly become the man leading their resurrection? That's the terrifyingly brilliant part of the Ruben Amorim story. This is the same manager who, in his debut season, left United 15th in the table with the club's worst defensive record in history. The most goals conceded, the fewest points earned, the fewest wins recorded, the most losses, and statistically, the lowest win percentage of any United manager in the past 80 years.
We are being the worst team, maybe, in history of Manchester United.
To put that into perspective, Erik ten Hag, the man Amorim replaced, had a 54.7% win rate. David Moyes, who was sacked before finishing his first season, managed 52.9%. Sir Alex Ferguson, the gold standard, stood at 59.7%. Amarim, just 36.2% from his first 25 games.
Why do you think he is still in a job?
I think he's still in a job because I think the powers that be at Manchester United have made that many mistakes so far in decisions that they've made on and off the pitch that they almost don't want to admit right now that they've made another. And this has been a disaster for Manchester.
So how is that same man now the mastermind behind a side sitting 6th in the Premier League, just 3 points off second place? How did the worst statistical manager in United history become exactly what the club needed? The answer: he was already building it all along.
Yeah, I think they are more confident. I think the best game that we did this season was against Arsenal. Was the first one, but then when you are a little bit more confident, when you have a different spirit, sometimes you have a little bit luck in certain moments of the game that help you to win games. Is that what I'm feeling now? That we are a little bit more free playing the game, and like last week we had a little bit luck because of that, because we are in the different spirit.
Even in those dark days, Amarim had begun laying the foundations. He wasn't just coaching, he was cleansing. He tore down what didn't fit. He let go of players who no longer matched the United identity, Garnacho, Rashford, Sancho, and replaced them with hungry, system-first signings like Benjamin Sesko, Matheus Cunha, and Brian Mbeumo. Off the pitch, his planning was surgical. On the pitch, his mind was revolutionary. Amarim looked at the chaos of United's midfield and saw the real problem: too much space, not enough structure. As former United midfielder Michael Carrick noted, you can't expect two midfielders against a good team to deal with 3 or 4 players. Amorim found a solution. That solution has been tactical genius. Instead of insisting on sterile possession, Amorim prioritised long passes and direct attacks, using the team's athleticism and intelligence to break lines fast. When defending, United now drop into a compact 5-4-1, with their number 10s collapsing back to protect central areas. Suddenly, the team doesn't crumble, it compresses. Luke Shaw steps into midfield, covering more ground and closing passing lanes.
And it's back with Brighton. Rutter looks to bypass Luke Shaw.
On each wing, Amarim has created tactical triangles: Amad Diallo with Casemiro and Mbeumo on the right, Dalot with Cunha and Fernandez on the left. Those small shapes make huge differences. They reduce space, balance the midfield, and protect Casemiro and Bruno from being physically overrun. But those tactical adjustments aren't the only thing Ruben Amarim deserves credit for. He's transformed his players into machines. Some of them were written off, others looked past their peak. And yet under Amarim's command, they've come back to life. Take Casemiro, for example. At the end of Erik ten Hag's reign, he looked finished at the top level, heavy-legged, slow to recover, and seemingly one step away from the Saudi Pro League. His decline felt inevitable, but Amarim refused to discard him. Instead, he rebuilt him. Now, the 33-year-old has become indispensable again, playing like a general in the middle of the pitch. When Casemiro plays, United barely concede just 3 goals this season with him on the field. Against Brighton, he reminded everyone of his class. 1 goal,
Into the D, he's going to get a right footed shot away.
1 assist,
Down by Casemiro. Casemiro through to Cunha. Cunha!
endless interceptions, and leadership all over the pitch. But what really proved his value was the moment he left. When Casemiro was substituted in the 70th minute for Kobbie Mainoo, United suddenly looked exposed. Brighton immediately found space through the middle, with Yankuba Minte winning the free kick that led to their only goal.
Away and then through the middle, coming Brighton. Heavy touch.
It was a reminder that Casemiro's presence doesn't just add balance, it defines it. Then there's Matthijs de Ligt. After a shaky start in red, he's now one of Amorim's most consistent and commanding players. No other centre-back in the Premier League has won more defensive duels this season. His reading of the game, aerial dominance and calm under pressure have made him the foundation of United's backline. Beside him, Lenny Yoro is blossoming into something special. Amorim called it months ago.
Towards him. I mean, how good can Lenny Yoro become?
I think he can be one of the best centre backs in the world. He improved a lot, even the physicality. He struggled a little bit in the physicality, but you can see in the small things he's more, he's stronger. Even in set pieces, he's getting the ball quite a lot, so he's going to play better this season.
Injuries disrupted his first year, but this season he's growing rapidly. He's a natural fit in Amorim's system, mobile, disciplined and fearless, and he's only going to get better. Amad Diallo has been another revelation. Once seen as an inconsistent winger, he's now one of Amorim's tactical gems. Transitioning into a wing-back role, Amad has become a nightmare for defenders, dominating 1-versus-1s, tracking back with intelligence, and building a lethal connection with Brian Mbeumo on the right-hand side. He's evolved from flair player to complete player. And then there's Mason Mount, the comeback story few saw coming. After a disappointing injury-hit first season and only 513 minutes of league football, he seemed destined to fail at Old Trafford. But Amorim gave him a second chance, a clear role and trust. Now Mount looks reborn.
I think Mason Mount can give us it's more a midfielder than a winger or a striker. He can defend really well. He's really smart. He can attack.
He's scoring again, driving forward with intent, and finally becoming the versatile, creative force United thought they were signing from Chelsea. Under Amorim, forgotten names have found purpose and misfits have become leaders. This isn't luck, it's management at its finest. A team that once looked broken now looks reborn. But those tactical tweaks and player revivals aren't the whole story. What truly sets Ruben Amarim apart is how he's built upon that foundation with surgical precision in the transfer market. His summer planning, done hand in hand with INEOS, was nothing short of exquisite, and the results are there for all to see. Bryan Mbeumo, Matheus Cunha and Benjamin Sesko have completely changed the reality of Manchester United. 3 players, 3 profiles.
Centre-halves don't really want to go wide, don't really want to go into midfield and have to mark. We're in the midfield area, you've got to do short and sharp steps. Big centre-halves don't want to be in there, don't care who you are. And these guys take you into those moments, but then at the same time don't mind running in behind. So it makes you think twice. When you go in and you're thinking, is he bringing me here to run behind me, or is he bringing me here because he wants to engage and receive the ball to feet? He's asking you more questions than you want. And I think that's what those two do to the centre-backs. And they don't play like conventional number 9, so they're not really being marked. It's hard to mark them, exactly. And Mbeumo's playing from the right a little bit. Cunha's coming inside from the left in that little half space.
3 solutions to what once looked like an unsolvable puzzle. Let's start with Bryan Mbeumo, the player who has single-handedly revitalised United's right flank. Once a dead zone under Ten Hag, now it's the most dangerous wing in the Premier League. He's injected raw pace, power and intelligence into United's attack, the perfect blend of chaos and control. Mbeumo's first touch is velvet, his decision-making ruthless, and his understanding with Amad Diallo and Matheus Cunha is electric. He terrified Arsenal on opening day alongside Cunha.
Here's Dorgu. And Mbeumo!
Was United's brightest spark in the wild win over Burnley.
Diogo Dalot into the penalty area. He's going to try and get across the way to Mbeumo! Manchester United retake the lead!
And earned August's Player of the Month without debate. Against Chelsea, he caused the red card to Robert Sanchez. Against Brentford, he drew a penalty. Against Sunderland, he delivered an assist. Against Liverpool, he scored at Anfield. Against Brighton, he bagged 2 screamers. In 2025 alone, Mbeumo is 3rd in the Premier League for total goal contributions, just behind Erling Haaland and Mohamed Salah. 3 straight matches with either a goal or an assist, Mbeumo has arrived, and the Premier League knows it. He's become United's ultimate connector, freeing space for Sesko, feeding Cunha, and forming an unstoppable triangle with Amad on the right. Now, Matheus Cunha, in a world obsessed with raw stats, he's proving something deeper, that impact goes beyond numbers. When United were struggling most, Cunha was the one carrying the badge with pride. He's not just scoring now, he's performing like a complete modern forward, one who presses, links play, and inspires his team with sheer drive. His recent performances have been nothing short of brilliant. Against Brighton, he recorded 1 goal, 1 assist, 2 key passes, 3 recoveries, and 7 duels won. Against Liverpool, he was the outball, the dribbler, the fighter, everything at once.
Possession well done from Matheus Cunha, then he turns, then he's brought to ground.
For Amorim's system, he's indispensable. The man who receives Senna Laman's long balls, breaks lines, and keeps possession alive. Whether he's holding up the ball, running channels, or crafting opportunities, Cunha is pure efficiency wrapped in elegance. And remember, United paid over €70 million for him from Wolves, a price many questioned at first. Now, it looks like a bargain. His energy and technical craft have made him one of the most complete attackers in England. He attacks, defends, creates, and competes. But Amorim's transformation didn't stop there, because the jewel of this rebuild is still to come. The third piece of the puzzle, the one that completes the trident and represents the future of United's attack, is Benjamin Sesko. Is he the next Højlund?
When I'm looking at what Sesko's doing, when I'm looking at what Højlund was doing, I already see that there's
That was the fear whispering around Old Trafford when Benjamin Sesko arrived. The nightmare scenario that he'd turn out to be another overhyped young striker, swallowed whole by the Premier League, another Rasmus Højlund story. All promise and no punch. But the signs so far point in a very different direction. Sesko has already shown enough to silence the doubters. In recent weeks, he's been crucial. He scored against both Brentford and Sunderland, proving that he can deliver when the team needs him. Against Chelsea, he showed exactly why Amarim wanted him. His aerial play created chaos, forcing the sequence that led to Robert Sanchez's red card. Against Liverpool, even in limited minutes, he stretched the back line. And versus Brighton, he capped off a very good performance, assisting Mbeumo with class. Everything about him screams potential, but not the uncertain, fragile kind. This is different. Sesko looks built for this league. He's more dominant in the air, stronger in duels, and technically cleaner than Højlund ever was. When the ball reaches him, it stays. When he turns, defenders panic. He's two-footed, composed, and intelligent, a rare trio in a 21-year-old striker. He might still be adapting, but even from his first few matches, it's clear he's already integrating into Amorim's tactical structure. He understands movement, timing, and space, and that's why his teammates are rallying around him. Harry Maguire said it best. He's a colossus for his age. I'm sure he's going to cause defenders a lot of problems. He's young, but he's got all the attributes to contribute to this team for many years. And Casemiro, the veteran general, echoed that confidence. You can see the quality immediately. He's going to be very important for us. Amorim knows he's still shaping a gem, but what's scary is how fast it's happening. The chemistry with Cunha and Mbeumo is already visible, and the physical presence that United lacked for years is finally back. If Højlund was a lesson in false hope, Sesko is the correction. A striker who's not here to promise potential, he's here to fulfill it. Now we have to talk about the captain Bruno Fernandez, the heartbeat of this new Manchester United. No one embodies the shirt quite like him. His influence in this resurgence isn't a coincidence. It's the product of evolution, discipline, and Amorim's trust. Ever since he returned to his natural habitat as a true number 10, Bruno has become the vital link between United's stabilised midfield and its explosive front line. Statistically, his numbers might not scream dominance: 2 goals and 1 assist in 10 matches, but anyone watching knows he's far more than that. His value is in the invisible, the rhythm he gives to every attack, the passing lanes he opens, and the calm he brings when the team is under pressure. Bruno now plays with balance. His through balls split defences and create opportunities for Cunha, Mbeumo, and Sesko, allowing them to shine. Amorim's system has given him structure and freedom, at the same time protection behind him. Possibilities ahead. This season has been personally meaningful for him. He scored his 100th goal for the club, a milestone that places him among United's greats. But beyond the numbers, it's the timing of his impact that defines him. The last-minute penalty against Burnley that sealed 3 points. The assist against Liverpool that broke their resistance. The goal of composure and leadership against Chelsea. and the thunderous long-range strike that lifted the team when they needed energy most. Fernandez is the conductor, the man who dictates United's tempo, who knows when to pause and when to accelerate. His leadership on the pitch has matured, shifting from frustration to guidance. Amorim has managed him perfectly, surrounding him with the right balance, Casemiro's discipline behind, Cunha's movement ahead, and tactical triangles on both wings to multiply his passing options. He's not just the captain, he's the pulse of this United. Under Amorim, Bruno isn't just leading, he's orchestrating a revival. In this video, we've broken down the tactical changes Ruben Amarim has made to transform Manchester United, how his structure redefined the team's play, how he revitalised his players, and how his masterful work in the transfer window turned them back into real competitors. But now we have to talk about something even more important, his resilience. Because beyond tactics, beyond lineups and formations, Amarim has achieved something truly extraordinary. At United, something that no manager since Sir Alex Ferguson, or perhaps Jose Mourinho at his peak, had been able to do. He's given this team an identity again. Last season the world questioned him. Pundits begged him to change, to abandon his principles, to adapt or die.
Are you saying that people should admire what Amarim has done?
I admire it to a certain extent, but like I said, he was playing Russian roulette with his job. I don't think he's changed drastically. He's just tweaked, and that's what a lot of fans are asking for. Just tweak what you've got. Maybe don't be so much on your front foot. Maybe be a bit more conservative at times when we haven't got the ball. You can't press for 90 minutes.
They called his system rigid, outdated, naive. He was statistically the worst United manager in decades. Any other coach would have broken, but Amarim didn't. He refused to bend to the noise. He kept believing in his idea, in his football, in his players.
But I'm not going to change. When I want to change my philosophy, I will change. If not, you have to change the man.
And now we're seeing the result of that faith. The very same structure that was mocked months ago is now the foundation of United's revival. The players who once looked lost now look synchronised. The team that once had no plan now has a clear identity. Amarim's vision is finally coming to life, not because he changed for the world, but because he made the world adapt to him. There's another side to his genius, the culture he's rebuilt inside the club.
If you are not working, if you are a lazy guy in training, he's not like it.
He'll kill you.
Yeah, he will kill you. For him, the training is really important too, because you play in the game like you train, you know. So the most important thing is to be really good in training.
And that's good for your mindset as a team, and that's the culture you're trying to build within everybody's 100%
involved every day, yeah.
Under Amorim, being a Manchester United player once again means something. He's restored the sense of honour, discipline and accountability that had been missing for years. Players know that wearing the red shirt demands more than just talent. It demands respect, work ethic and emotional connection. He made tough calls. He cleared out players who didn't fit the system or the mentality. He built around those who embraced both the tactical demands and the cultural standard. And the result is a squad that believes, that fights, that plays for the badge again. Ruben Amarim has returned Manchester United to its roots not through nostalgia but through evolution. He's rebuilt the identity, restored the seriousness and reminded everyone what it means to belong to the biggest club in England. And if this is only the beginning, the future under him doesn't just look promising, it looks terrifyingly bright.